Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you can see the slides. Hope you can hear my voice if you're joining us for the live session, or if you're on the live stream. You're all very welcome. Welcome to Paul's Monday Market update number 218 for Monday, 16th of March, 2026. I hope you're all well. Hope you're all safe wherever you're in the world you're joining us from, and I hope you've had a good weekend and ready for what is going to be another eventful week in an eventful month in an eventful quarter in an eventful year. For those of you joining us for the first time, Paul's Monday Market Update is just that. It is me flying through as much as I can share with you over the next 25-30 minutes, looking at strength and weakness within the FX markets, looking at some charts of interest you might want to add to your watch list, and then having a look at the live markets. It is not a signal service, it's not trade recommendations, it's just me sharing with you what I'm looking at, which might be of relevance and interest to yourselves. As always, you are very welcome here, but just remember that you are always responsible for your own trading decisions. As always, if you want a little bit more help and support on your trading journey, there is the VTP Trader Accountability Group. Doesn't matter what you trade or how you trade, it's all about building discipline, accountability, and consistency in a small group. You can ping me for if you've got any points, or use that QR code there to take you to the page to join. Another one of interest who have they've got their earnings after the close tomorrow evening, Tuesday, is Oklo Inc. Okay, kind of I've been curious about these for a while. Okay, I think it's the other side of that kind of energy play. Whilst everyone's looking at oil, Oklo are a kind of a nuclear startup, an American developing small modular reactors. Okay, so I was kind of really curious about this when Rolls-Royce got involved in them. But this is, as I said, this is kind of an American advanced nuclear startup, right? What they have done well out of is that, of course, this has been an interesting. This has been an interesting move here. I think this was around about $20 or so when I started to get involved. Uh, Small modular reactors are of interest anyway, but it's kind of like a what would you call it? Maybe second, third, fourth order consequences, tertiary kind of consequences, proxies for the theme and narrative we've had over a couple of years of basically AI. Well, of course, if you need AI, you need data centers, and if you need data centers, you need power, and if you need power, you need it to be basically regular power. Okay, you're not getting that off recyclables. In that sense. Okay, what you need is you need constant on-demand energy if you're going to run these data center powers. So Oklo, kind of as you can see for yourself, having risen from like kind of 20 to 190, they really sort of, you know, um, have really sort of run that trend, and fair play to them. But equally, as you can also see, that like any kind of a startup, it's what goes up comes down just as quick. And so here we are, we've sort of fallen beneath 100. I'd say 120 sort of then turned into that sort of dynamic resistance. We got beneath the 50, and we're sort of trickling our way down, and I'm kind of intrigued to see lots of wicks there to the north side. Okay, there's also, I think, looking at it, there's quite a few big sales by directors involved. So I think there's a case of that. I'll be curious to see what the earnings are like tomorrow night. But invariably, there's also a case of it's a startup in an exciting area, but one that, as you can clearly see, has large swings that are driven an awful lot by sentiment for risk, but also sentiment for nuclear energy news. So yeah, you might want to watch to see how they play out this week.